You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality art, interviews, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds and otherwise known as Deanie Mussolini in the multi-universe. Call in to join the mix at 602-753-1654 or hop in via Skype. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. We welcome all to submit material, topics, and ideas. Email us at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. Enjoy the show.
Oh yeah, one time for my people that are indigos, and two times for my people that are vegans. We are up, folks, to over 17,000 plus listeners per episode and over 865,000 downloads worldwide. Just as you're along, and we've been at it for 3 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who have been rocking with me on this journey, and we are still growing, baby. It is all because of you guys, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, art, and research in every aspect, and we want to allow you the opportunity to tell your story. Man, I've had celebrities on the show, from Grammy Award-winning artists to nominees to actors, comedians, technology geniuses, from authors to professors and aliens. People who think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or what walk of life that you come from. Come on the show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. I am passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together, yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people that should hear it. So let's create something incredible. And with that, hello out there, and welcome to another episode of my podcast, Vigilantes Radio. Thank you guys for always tuning in and being a part of the audience family. If you like information on how to call in, ask questions, or speak to the guests, dial this number, 601, excuse me, that's my phone number, 701-801-9813, or hop in the mix directly from my website, which is onlyonemediagroup.com. You can dial in directly from the website or the browser. Just click the Vigilantes Radio tab and slap that go live button. Yeah, just slap it, and you're right here with us. You can send me messages, like type me messages, and I will reply when I have a chance. Just don't expect me to answer right away when I'm asking questions. I can't do it all at one time, Anyway, all these episodes are available for free download after the show ends. Well, let's wait 1 hour, and then the show will upload. You can grab it from our servers over at Spreaker.com /Only One Media Group, or over at iTunes in 2 days. They're a bit slow, but it's well worth the wait. Or over at my website, which again is onlyonemediagroup.com, and that goes for every single episode that I ever aired. Tonight's episode is, that's right, you guessed it, the G-Flight interview, and I am your host, Deanie Mussolini. Right. All right, so announcements. Let's see what we have here. Okay, January the 3rd, New York City, I'll be there. Well, not New York City, Amityville, New York. I'll be there at the Amityville Music Hall. Sounds spooky, but we'll be okay, right? So if you're out there in that area, I would love to meet you and greet you. You can purchase tickets over at songkick.com. and type in the search bar Houdini Black, and there you will have your ticket link. Or if you're friends with me on Facebook or following my fan page or on Reverb Nation, all the links are available right there. Like I said, I like to meet you and greet you. We have more dates coming up. I'll be back in Hollywood on March. I'm not sure what the date is, but we have a big show, like a 2-hour set out there in Hollywood. I'll be with my band, No Longer the Hero, and we'll be doing our 1-2 thing, man. Fill you guys in as time rolls on. Okay, what else we have? Oh, yesterday we dropped a mixtape, After the Storm. Worked with 2 Grammy Award-winning artists on there. Of course, you know who they are. If you don't know, you have to check out the tape to find out who they are. So look, so I got a few fans hit me up, asked what was on the tape. So look, there's some new stuff, there's some old stuff, there's some unreleased stuff, there's some remixes of stuff, and just stuff in general. So I kept it super private on this one, and we didn't release the playlist at all. So if you want to know what's on it, you got to go get it. And I do encourage you guys to bootleg it. That's right. Bootlegging is encouraged. I just want you guys to get it and share it and, give it as an after the Christmas gift. If you forgot to give somebody something, say, hey, I got this cool mixtape you can have After the Storm 1. Yeah. Okay, so, that was it for the announcements. Oh, no. Me and my partner, Half Easy, are teaming up to do a few live podcasts. That's right, live on video. You'll get to see my bald head, my shining bald head, and make all sorts of jokes, but it's okay. And we'll talk about a lot of things like conspiracies, history, movies, whatever come to mind, okay? It's a very deep show. We also introduced a new segment called Skeptics. And Skeptics is where we invite celebrities, artists, Mongols on the show to talk about their beliefs. And, we question them on, certain things just to learn more. Sometimes if we don't agree, we will debate. So coming up first week of January. Dang, I'm trying to fast forward time. First week of January, we have conversations with a polygamous shaman who's also a Hebrew. Right after that, we have conversations with a Mason, so we'll get, to ask questions like, do y'all worship Lucifer, or, do y'all believe in God, or, that kind of stuff. So, real cool show. And then after that, we'll have a conversation with a music Mongol. I can't tell you his name yet, but this guy is super deep into numerology. So, yeah, man, great shows coming up. I cannot wait. Okay, that's it for the announcements. Yes, it is. All right. Time for Coach Deanie tip for tonight for you newbies that are jumping on. And let's see, we have, 14,000, well, a little over 14,000 people are live with us. Now, I know it's not for me. It must be for G-Flight. See, he's the man, But I do appreciate you guys for rocking. So, Coach Deanie, that is me, and that's a program I rolled out a few months ago. And what it is basically I'm a music industry insider. I've been signed. I've been broke. I've been poor. Well, that's the same thing as broke. I've been, well off on tour, living it up in between here and there, been places. I've helped people get signed. I wrote records. Basically, it's a guy who's pulling the strings, So I did a lot of that from my early years on up to now. And what I do now is just coach artists on how to be the best artists in the music industry. Not just music, because anybody can do that, but the industry, understanding the industry and how to play the game. So that's what Coach Deanie is about. I'm able to help, any and everybody. You can log on right now at onlyonemediagroup.com. You see there's a text number. You can text me there. I do answer all texts. And there's an email that you are able to reach out to me. There's also a widget that will pop up, and they'll say something cool like, let's chat. So, let's chat. So add me to your calendar, and you'll get Coach Deanie. I'm no longer charged for my time, so all conversations are free. Okay? Yeah. Go have a party. Well, Coach Deanie is free. Yeah. I'm no longer charging $25 an hour. Okay? And I was doing good, too. But I figure, if I really want to help people, I need to really, really help them. And that's by giving them hands-on material. So that's where we're at. Okay. Tonight's tidbit is how to get your first or next gig in half the time using 3 steps that I always follow. And I do this thing like super easy. Okay, playing live is one of the most important things musicians can do to start creating a buzz around their music. If you're just starting out and wondering how to get your first gig, well, you're in luck. Coach Dean is here for you. Today, or tonight rather, we'll be talking about how to go about landing your first gig, and we'll be doing it as efficiently as possible. Step one, of course, is find venues. Before you get a gig, you obviously need to find a place in town that have live music. And please, please don't email every bar you know asking if you can play there. That's like asking every woman or every man that you meet whether she or he wants to go out with you. I'm not saying you won't get a date. I'm just saying there are more efficient ways to narrow down your criteria. Think of it like a marketer that's looking for his target market. Marketers might aim their widgets to people that are between 18 and 35 years of age, that live in a certain geographic area, or that really like the competitors, widget. So instead of aiming your widget marketing to everyone, the marketer can save money by only directing their marketing dollars towards the people that are more likely to buy their product. And you should do the same when you're looking for places to play. Look for publications in your area that have listings of live show. As a matter of fact, that's how I booked my first show ever. Fresh out on my own, my record contract was up. I was back in Mississippi, and the first thing I did was form a group, and we found a live show. It was actually at a mayor's benefit concert, and there was a number on the back of the ad in a newspaper. I called the number, and lucky enough, they were looking for more acts. And he was like, "What kind of music you do?" And we were like, conscious hip hop. I said, "Okay, yeah, that'll work." Man, we were straight gangster rap. That's another story for another day. Anyway, so for instance, let's see, in Tucson, you can they have the Tucson Weekly newspaper. The weekly lists a lot of concerts that are happening every week. All you need to do is go to the show listing page and make a list of those venues to contact. Another way to find some real cool shows happening around you is to use Gig Finder on Reverb Nation. Not that I'm being paid by Reverb Nation to advertise for them, but it will list all of the venues in a certain radius around whatever location that you choose. It's a great way to get a fairly comprehensive list on all of the places that have live music in your area. However, be aware that venues listed in the Gig Finder includes auditoriums and concert halls. Unless you're extremely sure of yourself or know you can book a solid sold-out show at a concert hall, maybe you should limit your search to smaller bars and venues. Of course, there are multiple ways to find venues in your town for your first gig. These are just two suggestions. There's also open mic if you want to get some practice in or some footage in. That's what we did in our earlier days. We use open mics for testing out new songs and for building a confidence or actual show set by, just trying new things on a completely open mic stage. So if you have some great suggestions for me, please email me and we can chat about it, maybe bring you on the show. Let's chat about, how to get gigs. All right, number 2, find email addresses. Once you've made a list of all the venues you can play at, it's time to find a way to contact them. Find their website and see if they have a booking or live music page. If you're lucky, you'll find an email address. And if you're less lucky, you'll find a contact form. If you're really unlucky or the venue is terrible at online marketing, you'll only find a Facebook page, and that's very common nowadays. But make sure you add each email address or contact to your list of venues. You can use any of the methods I outlined in my resource guide to keep track of all these venues, but you can also create a special spreadsheet for this particular purpose. And if you need that guide or spreadsheet, email me at chatwithmeech@onlyonemediagroup.com or at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com, and I'll send it right to y'all. So it's a good way to keep everything in one place, especially if you're going to delegate the task to multiple band members or members of your rap group. All right, number 3, save time with your emails. So once you have all the emails or contact methods, it's time to reach out. And the emails should not be long, but they should and need to include some important information. And of course, I have a template that I use every now and then when I don't want to make the email as special as it should be, but it's just a generic. And it basically says something like this: Hi, whoever you're talking to, my name is such and such. I'm the blanky blank in my blanky blank band or blanky blank rap group. We were wondering about your gig schedule and whether we could book your venue for a date sometime in the near future. We play a description of your music that's similar to this famous artist, and you can find examples of our music at this website or this streaming service. And we're looking to play any date that you see open in their calendar or any date that has a live music show. We play a short set as part of a lineup with other groups, or we can play a longer set by ourselves. Please let us know what dates you have available in your schedule. Looking forward to your reply. Signed, blankety blank blank of blankety blank blank band. You get the point. And that's just the bare bones of it. It should be enough for the first point of contact. If you have played shows, be sure to mention them in other appearances. If you have other accolades, make sure you mention them if it makes sense in the context of the email. Here's a few things to avoid, and this is one of my absolutely, here it is, spelling and grammar mistakes. Proofread your email. Make sure you don't have typos and bad grammar making you look unprofessional. The email script you see above or the one I read, I had to proofread it again and again because I did misspell some things, by accident, of course, but I made sure I double check before I hit the send button. And if you need that template, email me again or text me via the website and I'll get it to you as soon as possible. Number 2, lying. This should really go without saying, but don't lie about what you can and cannot do, as I did early on about lying about what kind of music we play when we simply did not play that kind of music. If you can't actually play a long set by yourselves, don't say that in an email, because you might get an email back that says, great, we need a 3-hour slot filled by next Thursday. See you then. What are you going to do if you only have an EP or 10 minutes worth of music that is actually worth playing live? And number 3 here is don't write like an idiot and saying something like, hey, what up, cuz? Thinking you need anybody to play at your place soon, my dude. I'm looking to kick it with you. And, don't do that. The people you're contacting is not your bro, is not your dude, not your homie. So think of it as you're at a job interview. You don't do that kind of stuff in an interview, do you? If you do, gee whiz. Anyway, what do you think happens to emails like that? They get deleted. So be professional and write like professional. If you can't, have your buddy or your girlfriend or whoever is good with words and punctuations and capitalizing the I in the sentence, let them do it, okay? And the conclusion is basically, this will get you started with creating relationships with venues in town, and it will hopefully land you that first gig. If you don't hear back from anybody, feel free to follow up after a couple of weeks, not a couple of days, a couple of weeks. Venues can book months in advance, so they may not have needed you at that exact time that you hit them up. It doesn't mean they hate your music or don't care about you. It just means they're busy with other things, and you're not the priority at that particular moment. When you're following up, make sure you're persistent, but don't be a pushy butthole. If you've never played a gig before, it's hard to get it started, but keep a list of who you contacted and whether your return message is important to keeping it all together. All right. That is Coach Denny's tip of the night. If you like that and need more, hit me up. Like I said, I no longer charge for my time, but I do charge for the work that we will do to get you the results that you need. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the real reason why you guys are still hanging on, my over 14,000 listeners, and that is the G Flyer interview. All right, guys, so it's not every day that you'll get to tune in to an interview with an artist that shoots for the moon, yet can stay incredibly down to earth. And seriously, I have had an incredible time knowing this guy, G Flight. He creates no illusions about who he is or why he does what he does. There's an incredible intelligence in his approach to the game, and though he hasn't accomplished much in music, he's becoming more relevant today than ever before. And knowing G Flight only makes me hungry. And I'm not talking about for food, but for life. He's extremely inspiring through his Facebook page, knowledge, drive, and passion for his craft that very well could be unmatched out there in rap music today. And we'll talk about the genre, the beginnings, and the future. Yes, the future of G Flight. He has an insane amount going on, and it'll be awesome to have such a strong voice from rap here with us at Vigilantes Radio. So with that, welcome to our show, G Flight. What is up, my dude?
What's happening, man? Long time, man.
Man, it ain't been a long time. I talked to you sometime. Don't be stunting that front. No, just kidding.
No, I had to clown with you, man. What's happening, OG?
Man, your business as usual, brother. Business as usual. What's happening with you?
That's what's up. Shit, and nothing, man. Just trying to get this single out there, get my ratings up and stuff. You know, trying to get some money in my pocket from the music.
Are you grinding?
Oh yeah, I'm grinding every day, man. I'm up at like 6:30, 7 a.m. up sharing on different websites and stuff like that. Googling, using all the Houdini, the Coach Dini excerpts to get where I need to be.
Yes, sir. I'll send you an invoice. No worries. Nah, just all right, man. Definitely a huge shout out to you, my brother G Flight. Things are going better than well over there from what I can see. I'm a huge fan of being able to interview artists at the right time for their careers, you know, the people who are on the rise. But before we get to where you are at in the present, tell us about where you've been and how you got here to this point for those that do not know who G Flight is.
Well, I started off in Alabama making my music because that's where I'm raised at, but I'm born in Riverside, California, and then I moved out here when I moved to California, Lodi, California, when I was like 23, and I met up with a dude named Schizo Silva and JD Sin, and we started No Mutiny Clique, and from there on, we've just been growing, man. We got a bunch of members. We got a giant fan base. We do shows all over Northern California, anywhere, and it's always either sold out or halfway sold out. Like, we really putting the music out there.
That is what's up. All right, man. Tell us about why you feel like the time is now. You've got all kind of things going on, a new release, Swinging on Giants, and it seems like all those pieces are coming together. So why do you feel like the time is now, bro?
Because, man, like, for a long time, No Mutiny Clique, No Mutiny ENT was looked down upon because all the music sound the same where we come from and all over the world, actually. But we had a different sound. We never bowed down. We really stuck to our name, No Mutiny, that nobody's going to turn against our sound. Nobody turns against us. And we really stuck to our guns. And now it's like everybody's turning us to hear us because we're something different. We're something new on the table. And we really put our hearts into our music. And we got heartfelt music that anybody can relate to.
Definitely. So back to your timing though. I mean, like, it sounds like we should be interviewing No Mutiny. The way you're talking, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but what I mean is, how do you separate that? Like, how do you separate No Mutiny from G Flight? Why are you striking out on your own? What's up with the crew? You know, stuff like that.
Oh, well, it's just perfect timing for me to let the crowd hear me. You know, they've heard everybody together so long, and they see we all can throw bars off of each other and sound good on these songs, but now we're individually trying to show everybody, like, look, instead of you just hearing us together, see how we sound now, and that's what I'm doing. I'm branching off by myself with this Swinging on Giants and every other single that I'm going to drop to show them that not only can I flip the style with my 5-man, my 6-man crew, but I can also go alone and still go to war and swing on these giants and knock them out. You know what I mean?
And what I appreciate is that not only does it seem like you have the right drive to keep pushing this music thing to the limit, but you also have an intense skill on the mic to back it up. So I was listening to it, Swinging on Giants, and right off the bat, you know, I could tell you wasn't playing around on this record. Like, you're bringing skill, style, and flavor to the beat. You kind of switched up your flow a little. So my question is, where did you first test out these rap skills, and how did you become a believer in what you can do?
First time I tested out my rap skills, I was actually locked up. I was like 17 years old, and some guys had a competition going on in the jail pod, and it was like, if you could beat these 3 guys and come up with a better hook than them, like, we had a hook competition. So this guy wrote this hook, and he said, you got 3 days to come up with one. Well, I stayed up all night, and I actually wrote like this dope-ass hook. I can't remember it, but it came off so sweet. And I run a competition. You know, in jail you can't win money, so I just won like a couple of zooms and whams off of it, you know.
Gotcha. All right, let's talk about the record for a minute. Who produced it?
Who produced it? The beat was made by Cinema. Cinema made the beat, and I bought the beat like a while back. I've been had the song in the cuts for about a good 3 years because I really wanted to put it together and take my time with it, and I just like recently wrote the verse. But Cinema produced the beat. Schizo Silva mixed and mastered it. And, you know, Houdini Black, you got on there and did your thing on there with the homie Kali Kuzik and Sub from Raw.
Yep. Question. I know this is not part of the drill, but, you know, I just get inspired sometimes just listening to my guests talk, and, you know, certain things pop up in my mind. So what I was thinking about while you was talking about Cinema and about beats in general, let's say like records from Cinema, like I got a few from Cinema as well, and those are the type of beats I've sat on for a long time. Like, it took me months to write a song to Cinema. And sometimes a lot of artists that we work with, and I think maybe you can even attest to this, but a lot of artists that we work with, I always wonder why, you know, they may do a verse for us and we sit on a song for months and maybe even years. So let's talk about that for a minute. Like, how do you respond to an artist that drops some vocals on your song, but your song doesn't come out for another 3 or 4 months, maybe even a year? Like, what's your whole thought on that?
My whole thought on that is it's a creative process. You know, some people, they got these 30-minute classes you go to learn how to write 500 songs in 30 minutes. I mean, that's creative if you could write that long. But if I could write a song and take a break and come back 2 hours later and keep doing that, I'm giving my chance to live life and go ahead and put life inside my song. A lot of people don't do that these days. So it's like I have to tell the artist, if he sends me a verse and I don't like it, I may just rewrite it. Like, I give him 3 chances to rewrite it. Because, like, Crossroads from Bone Thugs, it took 12 song makers to write that song, and Bone Thugs had to rewrite Crossroads 6 times in order for them to get their final version. But Easy was gone by the time it was done. So, like, I look up to that. I'm like, okay, if I write this the first time and they don't like it, I'm going to go rewrite it. And that's the whole thing. A lot of artists don't like it, but that's how I think it should go. Like, you shouldn't just throw the first thing you put on the grill in your mouth. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You should let it simmer up and cook, and then let it just marinate for a while. I don't mean take 3-4 months to write one whole song. If it does, it's cool, but not every song should be done like that. Some gonna come out quick, some gonna come out slow, and some just take time, like Swinging on Giants. It took time. I didn't write that second verse for Swinging on Giants until 3 months ago, and I've had that beat since like 2014, 2015.
Right. I thought there was another cat on the second verse.
No, that was me.
No, the version before that.
Oh no, oh yeah, but the version before that, yeah, that's sub on there. I mean, I took the third verse right before it, whatever, I forgot the order of it, but whatever, I wrote that.
No. The version before that, there was the first verse blank, There was another guy from No Mutiny on there. Then there was Sub. No, then Sub, and then another guy from No Mutiny. If I'm not mistaken.
I probably scratched it. I don't even remember. I don't think it was nobody else on. I think I just had Sub's verse and my verse and Kali Kuzik on the hook, and then I sent you the song. I can't remember who else I put on there because I couldn't get nobody else to come through for a verse that was good enough for the song, you know, so I just sat on it.
Yeah, I heard Miss Loco was supposed to be on it. What happened with that?
Yeah. Miss Loco was supposed to be on there, but she, you know, she got a busy schedule, so, you know, I got to let the boss do what the boss do.
For sure. So, G-Flight, I got another question for you, man. How does it feel working or being a part of one of Busy Bones' branches, the one that we call Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate?
I mean, it feels good to be a syndicate, though, because, like, being a part of it is everybody's family. You know what I mean? And we may not talk as often. We may not do as much, you know what I mean? But at the same time, if I hit up one of my sevens, they there. You know what I mean? The loyalty is there. You know what I mean? Everybody respects everybody. Everybody's loyal to everybody. And it's lovely, man. You know what I mean? I don't do it just to try to get close to Bone or nothing like that like most people do. It's just because, you know, I want to keep the legacy going. I've been a Bone Thugs-n-Harmony fan. My mom introduced me to him at the age of 9.
Okay.
So I just want to keep the legacy going along with my own movement. That way, you know, I can say, hey, I was a part of this, and this is our family if we ever need anything, you know what I mean?
Right. And I get this question a lot from, like, artists that want to be, because I'm a part of the crew, too, as well, as most people know. But I get this question on the, like, initial, I guess you'd say, initial conversation, and the question goes like, with so many people involved in one crew, how does a person get a chance to shine or be upped in a game?
I mean, the way we do it is if you want to shine, you better be dope on the mic. That's how we do it in No Mutiny. I mean, we all shine together, but if you want that extra shine, you got to put in that extra effort. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with extra bread, so it's all on you. You know, you got to put the whole clique on notice when you write your verse. You know what I mean? You may have a 6-man crew like I do, or you may have a 5-man, 3-man, 2-man, whatever it is. It's just you got to go hard and put your effort towards whatever you want, because nobody's going to shine for you except get that shine for you except for yourself.
Dope. Glad you think that way, bro. All right. Rap itself isn't always known for being humble through the lyrics, but when all this wicked stuff is happening in your career, and wicked is a good term, not wicked as in like selling soul and trading the booty hole for the gold, stuff like that. How do you stay grounded, my brother?
How do I stay grounded? Well, first off, I don't try to impress nobody. You know what I mean? I'm not here to impress anybody. You know what I mean? If you down for me, you down for me. But all in the end, it's all about me. And I try to stay grounded by, like, if I get in a funk and I can't write something, I try to do a good deed whenever I'm in a bad mood. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm in a bad mood, I go to somebody and be like, hey, here goes something. You know what I mean? And it switches up my mood because I'm out there helping people. You feel me? Like I'm helping somebody do something, or just anything that's humanizing, that may let me know I'm still human. Whenever I try to get above myself, or I'm not thinking of myself. Okay. But mostly I pray to God, though. You know what I mean? I keep God above me. You know what I mean? If I try to get above Him, ain't no getting above Him.
That's right. So this one's off the books. Were you mad at Lil Yachty for not being able to name 5 Biggie Small songs?
Man, I'm mad at the whole 2016 freshman class. They gonna get that. They the giants we swinging on right now, because they ain't got no sense of hip hop. They don't respect the elders. They cussing out the elders, talking about what is. I seen the video. He was like, turn this old folks music off. You know what I mean? I'm like you have no common sense. You have no logic in your mind. Like, you making hip hop, but you don't really respect the elders, the leaders of hip-hop, the ones who made this foundation for you, you know what I mean? So I don't like nobody in the 2016 class of freshmen except for Lil Dicky. Lil Dicky's the only one that gives my respect.
For sure. Okay, so let's turn the tables a bit. Name 5 songs by Biggie Smalls.
Name 5 songs by Biggie Smalls. Let me see. Juicy, Notorious Thugs, Sky's the Limit. The one with let me think. Like, that's 3. Juicy. I don't know the 10 Crack Commandments. That's 4, and then what's another one?
Don't be trying to Google either.
No. No, and Big Papa.
All right.
And Big Papa. I couldn't. I had to get that. Talking all that shit and I couldn't back it up. I ain't about that.
Right. I was just wondering. You know, people be trying to crap over these little guys and they can't even hold up themselves. You know.
Yeah.
But I guess you hip hop, man. Go down in the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, knowing 5 Biggie songs.
Hey, it's something in there. It's something like that in that verse too. Swinging on Giants, it's like, put their gloves on the wall in the Hall of Shame. This fighter be ranked in the Hall. Something like this fighter be ranked where the Claxons is. Something like that. Like I said, something like that.
Okay. All right. So since we're on the hip hop subject, why don't you give us your top 5, dead or alive?
Top 5, dead or alive. Well, number 1 is gonna be Pop. My number 5 would be Fabulous. I like Fabulous. Number 2 would be Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. Number 3 would be Big Pun, because I love Big Pun. That's my guy. And then number 4 would be Big Daddy Kane.
Okay. That's a real cool list.
Yeah.
All right. So, if I was to put some G-Flight on a mixtape and close my eyes, what would you say are the key elements that would let me know that I'm listening to a G-Flight track? What defines your style and sound?
My versatility, my wordplay, the way I can inflect my lyrics and really put my voice on the track and make you hear it and understand what I'm saying and give you that feeling like it's a mini movie. And just the originality. There's nothing that's a gimmick inside my flow. Like every bit of it is coming original. I don't care how silly it sounds or how unorthodox it sounds. You know, it's me. Like you sense the versatility. You sense the inflection in my voice to let you know that I'm serious and I've lived this. And it's like the innovativeness, like how I come with the music. Like nobody's rapping with what I'm rapping about, or if they are, they're not telling a story like I tell you. And once you put on my track, anyway, as soon as you hear that no music, you already know it's a rap. You know it's me.
All right, cool. So speaking on your passion, and this is going to be like a self-reflection. I want you to close your eyes for a minute. I'm not going to set any music because this ain't no romantic crap. But what I want to ask you is, when you're looking back on it all, do you feel like you've already done enough and established yourself enough to justify all the long hours and long nights and heartaches and heartbreaks, blood, sweat, and tears that you poured into music? Is all of that sacrifice justified in where you at now?
No, I'm not even halfway done. I haven't even made it up to the second step of the ladder. You feel me?
Yep. Are you satisfied?
I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied with myself because the fans ain't satisfied. My grandmama, my mama ain't satisfied. You know what I mean? Like, my work ethic needs to kick in a little bit more. You know what I mean? I need to get my work ethic like my mom's work ethic. She works doubles every week, so for a week straight. So I feel like I need to do it like my mom does her work. You feel me? And she's a nurse, so you know what I mean? And that's how I feel about it. Like, I got a lot of work that still needs to be done and music that needs to be made, stories I need to tell. I need to save somebody's life before I leave this motherfucker. You feel me?
For sure. So do you have any regrets?
Only regret I have is not going hard enough at times when I need to.
I got you. All right, man. Take us back to a young Gary Arnold. Was music something that you've ever thought you'd be doing or possible as a kid?
Yeah, because when I was like, see, I first found hip hop. I was in the library, and I seen this book called about a rapping mouse, a mouse that knew how to rap. So I read the book, and then I went home and I was like, well, I'm gonna try to write my own rap. And I tried to write it like the story in the book, but I didn't know that you had to line the bars up. So I'm rapping it, and it didn't make no sense, but I kept on doing it. You know what I mean? And I realized, like, music is my passion. Like, music is my therapy. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what I'm here for.
Okay. So speaking of, putting tracks and bars together, what would you say the characteristics of a good rap song are?
The characteristics of a good rap song would be, it has to have a good melody. It has to have a good melody. It has to have a good sound. Originality, no bidding style, not sounding like anything that's out. I mean, you could take what's being made now, because you can't make hip hop without looking at somebody else's record. Like, that's just the nature of the game. It's all it's locked in like that. But I think what takes a good record is just somebody putting the most creative talent on the record and doing what they need to do at that time to put that record out there, to give that feeling they have in their mind or in their body.
Mm-hmm.
And right. That's what makes a good record.
That's what's up, man. All right. I also got to know something about rappers from your opinion, because I know you take what you do very seriously. So it's just a hypothetical. No, it's not really hypothetical. It's just a question. Nothing special about it. But what is up with, like, the family style and PG-rated movies coming out from former giants of rap thuggery, like Ice Cube, for instance. And I'm hoping there's a third option for rappers to go out on rather than a G-rated kid flick or Death by Bullet. Mind you, rock and roll is not much better when it comes to being past the prime. They just get old, wide, and lazy and try to recapture the moment in half the condition in many cases. So what's the right way to go out to you, G-Flight? And I know you've been doing your thing for a while now, but how will you know when it is time to bring it all to an end? And do you think that it will be all up to you, or is there another input that would matter when it comes to that?
I mean, I don't think I'll ever just step out the music scene, you know what I mean? I don't think I will, you know what I mean? Because the music has to be made. Music never dies, just like the spirit never dies. It just goes to another dimension or it evolves. But the perfect way for me to go out, I think, would be just to create a bunch of music, have enough music for, like, when I announce my retirement, I still have records that need to be put out, but I don't think I could completely just quit the game like that. Like, I'm going to have something to do with it. It's in my veins. I've been doing it since I was 9 years old, and I'm 32, so.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? It's no quitting for me now. You feel me?
Yes, sir. All right, we are at the part of the show. Well, after the music break, it'll be time for our usual tradition. It's called the Hot Seat. And our fans absolutely love this part of the segment, of course, along with the actual interview. But the audience gets to hear either some vocals, poem, written work, spoken word, freestyle raps, jokes, stories, live instruments from our special guests. Well, you never know what these creative minds and vessels will produce in the spotlight. And tonight, yes, tonight, we'll find out if G-Flight have what it takes to be put on the spot, a test of his true artistry. So after the music break, G-Flight, we're going to see, are you a real artist? And here it is, G-Flight song, Swinging on Giants, featuring, you got to help me with the last name, Kylie.
Kylie Kuzik.
Sub and Houdini Black.
Right next to me. He did not come out. Which is what I was saying about the Holyfield-Lewis fight. If Lewis can outbox Holyfield and still win, although we want to see fireworks, we'd rather see him fight the smart fight and be a winner.
Wanna feel the wrath of the enemy click. Third eye so strong, I predict you hit. Enemy in the fraud, they live along. Steady hawking up vicious spits. Deliver bombs and kill mics like what you can nitro glycerin. You in the midst of the wind of the year in it. Who hypes your mind to make you think you can win? I'm gonna get it with a pen called Phil Jack for the Zen. Better call Curtis Self, come fix your chin. I get the feeling like I'm finna dump nuts with a ton of bricks. But in the pen so slick, I make medicine quit. You in a box with a scorpion pit. No bark, just bite, better get your grip. To the jab, to the jaw, here bump the bump. How the heck you expect to contest the strip? It's war, this some bitch, and I came to wreck shit. Not only with a death be hit, but the fight to be raped with a classic stick. Your jaw get split with a tragedy hit. Duck cut, you chop, you looking like a foster strip. Bounce off the rope, get up on it with the rope, you go. Boot back, Peter fell for the okey doke. Put cuffs on the rest, little whistle to blow. Cause you wanna go toe to toe. When a fade nigga bang, best prove you tough. Go blow for bro. Connect Mike Tyson with a dead flow. Got a hand plus fist, I've been blessed with the gift for both. But a call on the horn one, give up the go. Don't step too close with the choice you chose. No choice but the choice you chose.
I can hear the street crying, taking me higher above the world. Climbing these mountains as the haters keep doubting. The passion gets stronger. We'll change the world.
They told me I have the eye of a tiger, the roar of a lion. To do some applying, and pressure was spiked, so mixing my punches and throw them at bunches, but nothing is working. Ding, 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 I can't let another run. So back to my corner with a different strategy. I'm talking to my channel doing a 3-minute break. I get bigger than me, getting faster than me. It's about looking hopeless. I'm fatigued and unfocused. So where do I go from here? I'm no longer the hero. He made me smelling salt. He told me to wake up. The eye of a tiger, the roar of a lion. Remember I told you that. Get out there and show some facts. So tell me one more time. Guess what? It's curtain time. The right hook, it does the job.
He probably wins the fight. I can't believe it. Unbelievable. Richard Steele stopped the fight with 2 and then 5 seconds to go.
We're singing on giant. I can hear the street crying, taking me higher above the world. Climbing these mountains as the haters keep doubting. The passion gets stronger. We'll change the
So third, that's all contention. Get my head like it was God who did it. Uppercuts bust chop like a knife spin him. Put a flat on his back like a precedent. Wanna roll with the best of the jazz, what you run with your whole crew. Cause we come to rough you up, we won't lose. Knuckle up with chumps and jump through. Cause that's with us is something you don't do. Up and jump to pump you. Now you got a psyched up mind, and I done had it for the last 10 time. Another thumb bitches to ease my mind. Jab to the face, make a lumped up mind. Rockin' by a bow, but I go for the ride. Swing for the kill like a Lee in his prime. Gotta get weak, I can't box with the guy. Stand up strong, but I'm lasting long. Don't play real tough, and you know that you're soft as an R&B song. Don't wear tight jeans with a pumped up face, and don't trip on the G when you step this way. Cause you might get choked like a horse on hay. Real G's don't play, drop paint where they. Knock 'em off these things, just keep your lane. I roll with the best and I perform this game. I give you no rest, and I can out your frame. We can swing and throw them things. You suck a nigga's name, it's a hall of shame. Put my gloves in the wall in the hall of fame. Cause you see, I was born untamed. Like a flame, I can melt your face. But I swing from the east to the west when I hit this gates. No mercy, no pity is war.
singing on giant. I can hear the street crying, taking me higher above the world. Climbing these mountains as the haters keep doubting. The passion gets stronger. We'll change the world.
Bingo. That was it.
All I know is I'ma keep swinging, man. Brave heart, going against the grain. One time for my Davis, all in the world.
Singing on giant. I can hear the street crying, taking me higher above the world.
All right, and we are back. That again. Hold on, what? All right, that again. It was like, we finna play it again. But that was G Flight Swinging on Giants. That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
Schizo did a good job with your verses too, man.
Yeah, hey, Schizo put the funk on the. Hey, Kylie Kuzik too. When she saw that hook, man, you should have. Bro, I flipped out in the booth when I heard her singing, and I couldn't, man, I just flipped out. I was like, oh, snap, she did it.
Yeah, man, cool track. So what's the plans for it, bro?
Man, I really want to, I need to find, I got a homeboy that does MMA, and I wanted to go to the gym with him one day and just film him doing rolling on the mat because he does jiu-jitsu and stuff, just him rolling on the mat and get like a whole dojo just to go ahead and get down in there and film the video for me without me in it, you know what I mean? Just make it like a fight video because it's really like a fight song, you feel me?
Yeah.
But at the
more
same time, it says
more like a
on,
boxing song.
Yeah, more like a boxing song, but I don't know. I got ideas, but I really ain't fully put nothing to plan with it yet, you know what I mean? Because I want to take my time and get it right.
No plan? It's already out. What you talking about?
I'm talking about for like videos and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Videos and stuff like that. Yeah. But the plan for it right now, since it's already out, is just to get it pumped through the airwaves. That way I can get enough people listening to it, and when the video come out, I want it to be a lot easier for people to get the visual of what I'm saying.
All right, man, because I'll finish prescribe you some Coach Deanie, man. You need some Deanie in your life, cuz. Get a plan together, bro.
Get a plan together.
All right, man. I've stalled long enough. Time for the hot seat. What you got?
All right, man. What you want, man?
It's on you, brother.
What, you want me to bust a freestyle or something?
Man, you can play a banjo if you wanted to.
All right, man. See, I drop bars, leave niggas in scars. I shoot from the stars while aiming at the moon too soon. I'm on soon, the nigga that came through and left your life in the gloom. Any nigga that want it, he ain't stepping to this, because I show me my opponent, bet you he get knocked down anytime. It's NMC, enemy to the day that the time expires. Niggas spit it through the wire, the cops and pigs. I never done that, I always split the wig, you dig? And if a nigga really want it, tell him step up. The nigga get his head knocked off, because she get hot like fire when I'm swinging on John. Separate my friends from the fake ones that's out for my ends. Any nigga that want it, he just pretend with it, because he ain't really ready to step up about it, whatever, nigga. That's just a little flow, you know. I ain't had no beat, it's acapella.
Okay. That's what's up, man. At least you did it, man. I had one artist one time when we came back from the music break. He was ghost. He did not want to be in the hot seat. Yeah, man. Crazy. And then I like the hot seat. Yeah, I had another artist, and he was well known. And he was like, nah, man, I don't do no hot seat. I was like, no, he's like, nah, man, I don't do no freestyle. I was like, you got to do a freestyle. You can tell a joke. He's like, nah, man, I don't do that. I said, well, you can't come on the show. He's like, what you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, nah, man, that's a tradition. Either you going to punk out, you know, when it's time to call you, or we ain't going to do the interview. So we didn't do the interview.
Yeah, if you gonna do it, that's why most of these artists today are messed up anyway. They can't freestyle. They can't freestyle off the top of their head, like if they get put on the spot. I think that's the essence. That's why music kind of sucks these days on the regular radio, because most of them can't freestyle when they get on Sway in the morning and stuff like that, or they don't have the capability to say the words. They need to read the dictionary or something, you know?
Yeah, man. But you know, back in the day, man, we used to write so much and memorize our raps. Man, they need to start doing that.
Yeah. If you memorize your raps, you're still good, because that's like a freestyle. I could say it's a freestyle because they battle rap these days with written raps, you know, so
yeah,
it's still freestyle in a way.
All right, man. So how about the websites? Where do you want fans to look, and how is the best way they can go about connecting with you directly?
All right, you can type in on Facebook, Gary G. Flight Arnold Jr. That's my name on there. And then on my Instagram, it's ITS. G Flight is G Flight at Instagram.com, and you got me on there. I don't have a Twitter or nothing like that, but my music is on Google Play, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, and anywhere you can find music. Just type in G Flight, and my name should come up. On Spotify, there's 3 songs: Separate Your Friends, Fire, and Swinging on Giants. All 3 of those are on there, so you just go rotate those in the playlist and play them as much as you want, or you could buy it just to have it on deck and just do whatever you need to do.
Yes, sir. All right, my brother G Flight, you have truly led an amazing life so far, and I'm sure there's only more success coming to you in the future. Let's face the facts, homie. You got the skills, and we can't hide that fact at all. I want to thank you once more for being a part of this interview, and I wish you the best of luck on your upcoming ventures. Get you a website, bro. It's going on 2017, and artists need a website. If you need Coach Dini services, I'm just trying to sell myself. But anyway, this last moment here is a place where you can say anything you would like to, my friend, anything at all. This is what I call the Vigilantes Radio open floor, where you can talk about almost anything that you wanted to say that I didn't bring up or mention. Maybe you want to shout out some people that help you get to where you are, or recite some lyrics to a new verse. Like I said, anything goes at this point. Thank you again, G Flight, and make sure you keep it pushing, brother.
Well, right now, you know me, I would just give a shout out to my grandmama, my mama, and all my aunts. You know, every time I call home to Alabama, they always ask me when I'm going to get the album in the mail. Just let them know I'm still pushing. And I want to thank my whole crew, No Mutiny Entertainment, for always having your boys back. Even when he got hemmed up that time and anything that goes down, they're always there. A bunch of loyalty, surrounded by loyalty. You feel me? So like my song said, Separate Your Friends, Christ is Lord, so why our homies? We're all made in his image, so why be phony? You feel me? So loyalty is the main thing. That's what everybody needs in this world. Now, there's too much fake and pettiness going on. We got to change that.
Yes, sir. Any New Year's resolutions?
New Year's resolution?
Yeah.
Get buff like Houdini, but I ain't going with no bald head.
Man, I see you losing weight, man. You slimming down, bro.
Yeah, man. I done dropped from 400 to 250.
Yeah, man. I seen you, bro.
Hey, you know how I lost it? The first 6 months, man, over the summer, man, I just went straight vegan. I ate like a whole bunch of vegetables and oats and cooked with coconut oil and did everything and exercised every day.
Okay. That's the way, man.
Yeah. But
All
then
right,
after that, I had to have me some meat in my life.
Oh, no. Can't do the meat, bro. All right. Thank you guys for always checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download at least 1 hour after the show ends. You can grab it from my server over at Spreaker.com/only1mediagroup or iTunes in 2 days. They're pretty slow, but don't worry about it. It's cool. Or over at my website, which again is only1mediagroup.com, and that goes for every single show that I ever aired. If you like to request music, send something for me to play, or even have your music played during the on hold time. So if you were on like early like I was, you heard a playlist of great artists that were once on the show. So if you like your song added to that mix, just let me know. But you got to email me at vradio@only1mediagroup.com. And here's my disclaimer. I'm genre free. I do not judge, and I absolutely do not base my opinions on hearsay but facts. And you can actually scratch my disclaimer because all my opinions are always right. And it's just the bottom line that you got to deal with. Just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini Mussolini, I appreciate you guys for tuning in either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word. Also, special thanks again to my guest, G Flight, for joining us tonight. Man, we stepped our game up just for you guys and just to make sure our guests have the best experience here on our show. You know, Dini may just end up on one of their songs. I do it all, my friends. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely freaking great at that. Peace and good night.